Welcome to another episode in this awesome season 10. We have another great guest for you. But first, that was the theme song, Detroit Love, off my first album, JLE Experience. Great album, go check it out. We have the amazing guest, the mompreneur and dadpreneur sponsor, author, singer, songwriter, and tax Divas CEO, Camea Franklin. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, and I love the song, the intro.
They got
Thank
album 1 and 2, JLE, where changed your life. Changed your life. Trying to tell you. That boy be cooking.
You be cooking.
A little
Yeah, but thanks
something
for having me.
awesome. First question: what led you to this path?
Okay. Well, let me just start early. When I was in high school, in the late 80s, early 90s,
Mm-hmm.
I took an accounting class, and this is just in reference to my professional things that I'm be talking about today.
Okay.
I took a took like a little bookkeeping class at Mumford High School. Well, I'm sorry, I graduated from Mumford, but it was at Cass Tech High. I was there before that, and I liked it. I liked the bookkeeping. I
Okay.
liked doing it, and it was like a elective class, and so I tried to get my parents to let me do their stuff, and
Okay.
so I did theirs and I did it. And so time moved on. I went to college and I had a baby, I was a young mother. And
Okay.
so throughout the 90s, I was laid off a couple of times, after, graduating from college. I
Mm-hmm.
worked at Wayne State, worked at different jobs. And um, I had got my degree in IT, and well, it was a business degree, but it was a information systems combination, and so I went into the IT arena
Okay.
as far as jobs are concerned, and so I
Mm-hmm.
ended up getting laid off because that was back then when they had it was called the dot-com bubble when the
Oh yeah.
internet really started blowing up,
Yeah, I
and
remember
so
that.
I kept getting laid off, and so I'm like, well, what am I gonna do now? I have a young child, and it's only so much unemployment, and I was searching through, and I was decent at doing bookkeeping, and I did my parents' taxes, and so somebody had approached me about getting a tax business. This something I really didn't know too much about. People just kept coming to me, generally to, ask different questions. And so I looked into it eventually. At first I'm like, no, this is a scam. Because everything that you see that you don't know too much about, this is a scam. I'm not about to do this.
Oh no.
They want me to give them a certain amount of money because back then it was about franchises. But
Okay.
I eventually, got involved with this franchise called Liberty Tax Service. And so that's where I started at. And they at that time had a program where they were helping young people get into
Mm-hmm.
business. And I had seeked them out, seek the CEO of the company out, and come to
Okay.
find out he's this, he had been a person that actually started Jackson Hewitt. He had
Huh.
started, the head of H&R Block. Yeah, you can look him up. His name is John Hewitt. He's big time in the tax industry, retail tax industry. He's like top level. And so I had, asked my sister to come with me because, she's always the one that's interrogating people and trying to see what's going on. So I'm like, well, would you come with me? Because I want to make sure that this is,
It's legit.
legit. So we went
Right.
out there, they flew us out there to Virginia Beach, Virginia, and we went to their beachfront mansion. And I was pretty young, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is just amazing!" We both were like, "I can't believe it." So then, I took the plunge, and I went into business with them. Now, eventually, I ended up having to cut ties with them because I owed them a great amount of money. At the end of the day, it's a combination of
Mm-hmm.
business acumen and the way that but it's also their business model is, they'll loan you different money to keep your business going. And so I ended up owing them a lot of different money. So I ended up leaving there, and the thing of it is, when you are in the tax industry, you they have a thing called a non-compete. So you can't really do business or have that same business for a while because they feel like that's unfair. So I had to end up going back to work. And so I worked, I worked in media. I've been in media for over 13 years. I was a
Okay.
accounting manager, and I worked at different TV stations in this Detroit market. And so I did that for a while, and then after the non-compete was over, I decided to go into business myself. This time I was a little bit more smarter, because of course now I'm older. I
Yeah.
learned a lesson there. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Trying to,
Of course.
swipe my feet off. I had came in with a partner. It was, to me, it was divine because people just came from my church and things like that. I have a building that you can get. Everything just started coming in line. So now, the last 7 years we've been tax divas over here on Puritan and Livernois, and so we're doing pretty
Okay.
good. Now I'm trying to reach out and mentor um, other people who want to get in the tax business. In addition to that, we do a lot of community outreach where we do free tax things for people that are older, 62 and older. We're doing a initiative with children this time, teaching them the budgeting and different financial literacy, because that's one thing we don't really see in the school system, and teaching people how to count and teaching people about their taxes and budgeting and stuff like that. So we
Mm.
are reaching out and helping kids learning how to do that early. And then I'm also I've started writing books and things like that. I'm a co-author of this book called Tax Strategies for Small Businesses, because ever since um, the I'm calling it the Great Resignation. That's where COVID made us all believe that
Okay.
we can work from home, and a lot of people went into business for themselves, quit working for the man, and got their own business, doing some things. And so now we are in a place where now everybody getting all these 1099s with all this money, and they owe money to the government because they ain't realized they needed to take this certain amount for taxes. So it's a shift where people need to learn how to best handle themselves for business. And so that's what the book is about. Um, Having good strategies, or having a good solid foundation for your business so that you don't
Hmm.
get into trouble. We have people that do Uber, people that do all these different things, Turo, just a lot of different things that gives you cash that's documentable. And so now the IRS is expecting you to file that. You don't realize the type of money you may owe them based on what you're doing. So yeah, and people do podcasts, people get YouTube money, all of that stuff is are things that are
Okay.
taxable. Yep. So
Well,
here I am now, and
yeah.
that's it.
Okay. So you kind of you answered what is tax divas.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you become an author and even participate in that book?
Well, I saw it as an opportunity to put myself out there and collaborate with like-minded people and people that are well known and well respected in the industry.
Yeah.
And so um, I feel like I got something to offer out here,
Hmm.
inside of me, and it was getting my feet wet in doing a chapter, and learning how to be in the book industry, because the book industry, is a whole thing that goes along with that, that how you're supposed to do things and how you're supposed to set it up. And
Oh man,
it's a lot to it. I
I,
had no
my first
idea.
book fair for my first book. Ooh, I ain't know they get it in with their
Don't
table.
they? Don't they?
Came there with some paper, books, and sitting down. And they got a WWE storyline going on. Like, what?
Yeah.
They get all that for? Oh, take notes. That makes sense.
Right. You're
Oh, they
like,
got
huh?
sign with their face. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah, they did it
banners,
right.
everything, and just how to do it on Amazon, just all the different ins and outs of books. I would suggest, if you want to be an author, be a co-author first, so that you can get your feet wet and then branch out and do your
See,
own book.
it ain't my
Um,
path. I just jump out there.
well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that
You learn
either.
as you go.
That that's me tippy toeing in.
I get it out the mud, man. Figure it out. Hey, God, you said do it right.
I like that too. I like that.
Now, would
I'm
you do it
doing.
again? Would you write your own book?
Yes, I see, the thing of it is, I wanted to write my own book before
Okay.
I did the co-authoring, but it's like before now, I didn't know, especially now you can get Chat GPT or something like that. It'll write. This all new to me. It'll write your chapters for you, or they have different ghostwriters, people you can
Mm.
collaborate with. And so for a long time, I had like maybe like one chapter or two, but then you get tired, you get busy, and you put the book to the side. So I do have some things written down
Okay.
to start my own book later on down the line. Yep,
We
in the
got a
next 6 months or so.
question from
Okay.
my middle ground partner and teammate Gina. How long
Okay.
was
Hi,
the
Gina.
book process end to end?
The book process was about 6 months. I'm going to say about 6 months. From meeting with the person, deciding what you want what they want the title of the book to be, what we think we want the colors, the different, preliminary things, and then there's a time they give you to actually write your things, and then you have to get together and you have to do this editing type of thing where
Mm-hmm.
um the editor and the I guess that's the distributor, they take a look at it and they say, well, no, change this, do this, we think you should do it, and so then there's a like a little brief period, and then you have to go through and you finalize it, get your bio, get your pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and then just this whole thing that where it's a lead up. So I'm gonna say 6 months, a lead up to the book where you're like it's putting excitement out there, getting out there with press, getting out there, letting people know you have it. So I would say 6 months.
Okay. Great question, Gina. Appreciate it. And
Hey,
man,
thank you.
watching the show. 31 countries out here. Appreciate the listeners. Now, you got in my wheelhouse. You a singer songwriter. What got you into that?
Well, my parents, my father, his name is Bobby Franklin. Back in the 70s, he had a group called Bobby Franklin's Insanity, and he was out when Curtis Mayfield and stuff like that was out. And
Big
so he
Kurt.
always,
Okay.
yeah, he used to I think he used to be signed to his label and CBS. I'm talking about back in the 70s. And so he had some records out, and so music was always in our family, and so they always used to try to put me out there when I was younger. And I was a little bit fearful, at times I'm still fearful, but they're like, no, you need to so it's always been there. So I've been singing in different choirs and stuff like that, but not right now. I sing with a reggae band. And we
Reggae.
write our own. Yep. It's
Okay.
called King Mellow Man and Mellow Runnings out in the Detroit area, Michigan,
All right.
mostly Michigan area, but we're actually regionally. We do other states as well. So yeah, that's why my dad was, in the music industry. He passed in 2020, and
I'm sorry to
so
hear that.
I am working on a tribute album for him on some of
Okay.
the records that he had out. He always felt like, and it was just like a tale that he always used to tell, and then take my grandmother to tell it. But back in the 60s, it's this song that used to be out called Cool Jerk. Cool Jerk. Do, do. Like it was a big song, right? And so he always said that the people who wrote that song, they stole it from him when he was 16 years old, right?
Oh.
And so that was like his lifelong failure to him. Like it made me want to do a tribute album, because he felt like when he had gotten sick, he finally started speaking on it, and he was like, I always wanted to take care of my family, and he just felt like he was a failure because he never made it to
He should have
the
sued him.
status.
He probably could have won.
Right, he was 16. Yeah, he should have sued him. Maybe he did. Things was different back in the 60s. I'm not exactly sure, what happened, or if it was a collaboration, but it was something that's really, really affected his life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And so that's why I'm gonna do the tribute, so we can put him back out here and he keep his music alive. And add a couple of original songs that I
Now,
have on there too. So that's
I
what I'm
was
working.
I was amazed to find out, was it in Michigan Chronicle in '98
Hmm.
that the Terminator and Matrix stuff was made by a black woman.
I think I heard about that too.
She finally won
Yeah.
her case years ago that they had to prove it was her work. And both
Yeah.
movies kind of went together. I'm like, wow.
It's
But you
rampant. I
gotta
mean,
gotta copyright your stuff because people will take it and say it's mine.
that was his whole thing when he was out here. Like, it's like copy. Talk to anybody. You got your copyrights. Did copyright? It's like, yes, he's of course, you learn a lesson and you constantly do it.
Yeah.
But he just felt like that one song, since it got so big
Hmm.
and it's timeless. It was everywhere. So he just felt like he didn't get his just due for that. But that was something that happened all the time, from what I understand. Like when you looked at the
Hmm.
Temptations movie, because I love the Temptations. So when you look at the Temptation movie, that even happened on there.
What made Ray movie such a, in my musical opinion, a big deal, he was able to get the deal to get his masters.
Mm-hmm.
No one else is getting that back to
Yeah. Yeah.
so hopefully your album will be awesome and successful. So we can find it.
Perfectly. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, do you write? I mean, I know you write, but what is your process for writing?
Okay. Well, my process for writing, because I am a newer writer. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm a newer writer. I'm a newer person that put poems to music and
Oh, okay.
put them
Dope.
like that. But like writing lately, I've taken a couple of classes and kind of had a mentor. This lady that I'm mentoring with, just writing. First of all, writing your thoughts. As they come, you know what I mean, on a sheet of paper. It could be random thoughts, you know what I mean. It
Okay.
doesn't even have to make sense, and just put it there, and then just phrase them. This is what they're suggesting: phrase them, and then try to find a way to make the end of the phrase rhyme. Like, that's one way. Because
Hmm.
from what I understand, there are a lot of different ways techniques people have to write, or to make a song or make
Yeah, I
a
learned
poem.
that
But
writing raps. That's a whole different animal.
yeah, but at the same time, you can write something and it doesn't really rhyme, but it still works, And it's like, so that's kind of what I was, just writing your thoughts on paper.
Okay.
That's what I was been doing for years, you know what I mean? But it wasn't really a song. So it's like you can make the poem, but you got to make it into a song structure, because I still respect it. Like, I understand nowadays song structure is kind of sort of out the window in certain genres of music, but I
Yeah.
respect structure.
You got 24 major and minor scales.
Yeah.
Now, for me, Babyface was my role model, and for my interpretation of his music, the chorus was the purpose. Everything led you to that point. So I might come up with a chorus first, then go back and fill in the story of the verses and all that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I could see. Like, I had one poem that I was calling Victim of Circumstance. So that
Okay.
was like that was the main theme, but it also was like the chorus. But I don't know how the song, like, it's not to a melody or anything like that, but like that was the thought of it.
Okay.
Because it's just a poem, so it's not something that I have to music.
Now I got a box of songs from when I was in. I wrote my first song in 8th grade, and all through high school, if I be in class, bored, start writing a song. In college, have a minute, might start tapping and get an idea, or write that down.
You a vet though. I heard your song when you first, when in the opening. That was nice. That probably light work for you.
Nah, because that was the process. I think that was the second or third song recorded. The first song off the album, Jesus Forgave Me, which is
Hmm.
like my autobiography. When I first started rapping it, sound like, dude, I rap weed and was drinking all the time. I ain't mad at the world, so I can't rap. He like, rapping and singing, that's gonna work for you, right? Okay, he the producer. I get in there and start talking like, nah, Jeff. Get in there, nah, Jeff. Then like, sounded kind of corny. I'm like, oh, I'm a nerd, but whoa,
Not
you
the
like,
corny.
from Detroit, you can call me corny.
All right.
I thought to myself, they want Pac, Jeff. That's what I know. He's a Christian dude, but he won't Pac without the cussing. That fire energy, like I got you. Hit the music. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you hear the first verse. I was upset.
You ciphered your Tupac. You ciphered your Pac.
Oh yeah,
Pac,
I'm like you ain't call me
Pac
corny.
energy.
And people like, yeah, you came in hard. Like these dudes kind of chuckling too. Like, told you I did that when I was smoking weed. You were all right. You want pot? Weed pot? No problem. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get it in.
Well, he's somebody good to
Oh yeah.
monitor.
Phone music,
Yeah.
he's phenomenal. He's like the
Yeah.
Christian Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
His music's phenomenal.
For
Check it out.
sure.
And the beat,
Okay.
God. I be getting on his head like, hey man, don't be cheating with these beats now. I need that. I'm from Detroit. I need that funk. So you play in the car, you like, dang, this just music. Yeah.
Like, is this 808? You got your 808s?
You got some knocking that. Now we got another question from Gina. Have you registered these songs? Let me grab these royalties right quick.
I have registered. Well, for sure, my father's song is definitely registered after he did the after he went through that. Every last song I think he ever did. I don't care if it's anything.
Now,
Yes, for
now
sure.
something my producer put me on to, you might want to check into.
Okay.
Is oh Lord, I just lost the name of it. But it costs $10 for music. Songsecure.com.
Song secure.
Yeah.
Okay.
$9.99 a month. You can copyright as much stuff you want.
And they do the whole process for you.
And then
Oh, okay.
print your certificate too if you want to.
Oh.
I was asking, like, I need a copyright. Like, go here. They came up with some new stuff for musicians where it's more affordable, and if you want to print it out, you have it, or the email your certificate that is copyrighted and all that good stuff.
Nice. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm registered. I have like a BMI and an ASCAP account, but that's of course after you already registered, and then they get ready to, if it ever gets to be
I was looking
monetized
at
like that.
to
Yeah.
register with them and they put songs up to sell.
Yeah.
But I was shocked. I'm like, well, they gonna want me to sing it. I don't know how I want to sing it right now. I just wrote it. That's up to you to figure that out. But I started watching more like interviews. One of my favorite artists, R. Kelly, though he got problems, and Brian and others. If they wrote for someone, they would ask you, "Okay, how did you do it?" I'm like, man, you got to figure that part out, Jeff. I can't say, well, I wrote it. This is the melody here. You do it. Like, nah, man. I need to see your vision so I can tweak it.
Yeah, you do have to have it.
Going on there. Yes, Gina, all my stuff is registered. Because you can do your whole album before I would put them out.
It's good to register them, though.
$35 or something. So that was $10 a month is a great deal. Any musician out there listening. Songsecure.com.
That's excellent. I'm gonna share that too because the copyright website, like when you go on there, that's not really that easy to maneuver. I'm gonna be honest.
I've been on there before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that there is a if
and
you're
this
not,
is for musicians.
Yeah.
So that's good. Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And once you do it, you will email, and you can look in your email. You'll see the certification that's copywritten, or if you want to print it out, choice is yours.
Okay.
But your music will be secure. Can't nobody rob you because you say, "Look here, Captain, that's mine. Here it go. Run my loop."
Right. Because you really never know when you're gonna be in that position. To be honest, 1 minute is one way, and as much as people sample, it's like one day you really might.
I was shocked that Ed Sheraton, who's a great artist, won his case. So I'm like, dude, that sound like that person's music. How you pull that one off?
How? Because sometimes you don't think it's really gonna, you just doing something, and then, or not just doing something, but you see something, you figure, oh no, it's not. I don't need, it's like that, and then if it blows up, it's like,
Now, when I was doing music management at Wayne State, we had a class where we had to do Wayne State records, and I had to learn all of the paperwork side of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I found a site where if your music wasn't in heavy rotation, you could use it for like 40 cents. I cannot remember what the hell that site was.
Mm, that would
At
be
the
a good
time,
one to
Alicia
remember too.
Keys, I got you was out, and I was on there for like 20 grand to use it. I'm like, oh, so
Mm,
they mean if it's in rotation, you're gonna cash out. But if it's something you ain't heard in a long, long time, might be $1. I'm like,
right, you might not
that's how
get it.
fucking Kanye was doing it because you ain't heard that song, so it didn't cost much to use it.
Right.
Now afterwards, it probably price went up. I can't remember that website for nothing.
Mm,
All right.
wow.
We reached the part of the show where you can promote, market anything you got going on, upcoming events. The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, first, hopefully you can see it. This is the book uh, that I'm currently the co-author for. It's called Tax Strategies for Small Businesses. It is
I don't see the book.
that's because I think I have a small delay, but you can find
There
it
you
on
go.
Amazon. You see it, yeah. You can
Yeah, there
find it
you
on Amazon. You can also order it off my website, taxdivasdetroit.com. But it's comprised. I'm one of 12 people that are
go.
on here, and there are different chapters that touch on everything. Like it talks about international tax. My section talks
Okay.
about how to keep good bookkeeping together and why you need bookkeeping. Because that's vitally important. It talks about cash flow management,
Mm-hmm.
how to do estimated tax. It's a chapter on nonprofit organizations,
Okay.
how to manage an audit. The foreword is done by a
Awesome.
tax attorney. So this is a good book to have if you want to get in. A lot of people don't really like to read, you know what I mean, but to tell them. But like if
Yeah.
if you get into a point, and like I said, if you a business owner, or if you were pushed into business, or you find yourself
Mm-hmm.
being a business owner and you really don't know what to do, this book will help you. Go straight to the chapter, like for bookkeeping, and you trying to figure
Okay.
out how to get your taxes. It'll like give you some good things to go forward, some actual tips that you can use to help you file your taxes, get your stuff organized. If you're a musician that might be doing stuff overseas, 'cause I know a lot of people,
Man.
musicians, they work overseas. You might have, session work with some people that's in another country, or another state, or you might be cross state because you have to, you might do shows in other states. We do shows
Mhm.
in other states. Sometimes, depending on how much money, depending on how much you really out there doing, you might have a taxable event and you need help to do that. So this book will help you, do
Okay.
that. On top of that, right now I'm running my tax school. This is for people who are interested in either learning how to do their own taxes, or if you want to jump in and have a business, and have your own tax business. So, it's going till October. It's online. It's a hybrid actually, but there's an online component to it.
Mhm.
It could be as little as you want or as much as you want. And yeah, check me out. It's on our website too, taxdivasdetroit.com. Or if you want to call me, you can call me and I'll give you more information. My number is 313-434-1775.
Okay. I'll put your
Okay.
book and your phone number when I put the description out.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
are you on LinkedIn?
I am on LinkedIn. Yep.
Connect with me, Jeffrey
Okay. I
LL,
sure will. I sure
and I
will.
can add you to the
To the list.
yeah, yeah. You know
Okay.
what I'm trying to say. So you can see.
Sure.
You know where I was going with it.
I know what you're gonna say.
And I dealt with that boogeyman 2 times in business school, counting, financial, and managerial. Oof.
Oh, I didn't
And
like managerial accounting either. That was
that was
oof.
easier than financial
Really? See, I didn't like that. I like financial better. Um,
because
it
it's
wasn't for
pretty
me.
much it's microeconomics. You only focus
Yeah.
on your department makes the top for that Pepsi bottle. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. But financial is the whole company. Like, Okay, I got this thing figured out a little bit. No problem. Let's go.
This whole thing. Yeah, but that was why to be honest with you, like back then, that's why I got an IT degree, my business IT degree instead of accounting degree, because I originally went for accounting, and then I had been going to school. I had a young daughter, and I had been
Mm,
in school going on 6 years. You know what I mean? And so
okay.
I was trying to hurry up and get out of school, and my counselor was like, "Well, why don't you just get this CIS one? Because it's got way less classes you
Uh,
gotta take."
I got
And
you.
so that's why I went on and did it that way. But then I ended up having to go back, I had a bachelor's. I went back and got an associate's in accounting. So I have all of my
Got you.
different ones, that cost slightly less. And then I went and got a master's so I could have all my classes there. But yeah,
Now,
I
I do have
understand.
a question. She do it. Do your mind keep calculating numbers after you ain't doing no count stuff?
My mind does run 24 hours a day about a lot of different things. So I like to quiet. I have to quiet my mind, like meditation, or just stay to myself and be quiet, and just like
That was
meditation is like you have
bad.
to breathe. Just
That was the side
breathe.
effect of accounting
All
classes.
right.
You
Don't
do
think
one
about
math
nothing.
problem and your mind calculating like stop. I
Just
want
stop
that like
doing it. Yeah. It's like you have to just breathe. Like that's interesting. The meditation makes you not think about nothing. It just wants you to focus on the breathing. You know what I mean? It's like breathe. Just focus on the breathe. Don't let your mind wander. Just focus on
man.
I have to do that so that you can calm your mind, because it can, the older you get, you real sharp when you're younger, but the older you get, it's like you have to stop, and self-care is important, and
Mhm.
praying is important, and give giving yourself time to enjoy life is
Yeah.
important. You know
And
what I'm saying?
my global supply chain class, he started doing calculation like, dude, stop. Like, what's wrong, Jeff? Like, I had a county man. My man started calculating for the next 20 minutes. Stop doing numbers. You're making it up. That's 150. Like, stop, man. Like, oh my God, like, dude, my man's like, move on, please. What's this? It's 56. Like, oh my God, like, dude, stop. They laugh. Like, this dude really mad. Just start
Some
calculating.
people really are geniuses though, like they really, it doesn't matter, they can,
And I
what's one
sucked
million
at math.
five
Shout out to Kim Morgan Yoda. She coached me up because that was horrible. The fact I can calculate like that, like, yeah, she definitely taught me how to really do math now because that wasn't me back in the day.
Can
Mm-mm.
you do it in your head, like split second out? Did she teach you that?
Yeah, I even got to the point sometimes years ago, me and my brother might be playing dominoes. We
Mhm.
don't have no paper. I keep score.
Mm.
And like, y'all just going on playing like, what score? He got 100 to my 7. Like, I'm keeping score. Like, it's really, like, I had to count him. I'm sorry, it was a side effect. Oh, okay, you got 25. Okay, you got 125. All right. They look like he's crazy. And maybe since I got my website up, I might put some stories on there. That might be helpful.
Oh, that sounds good.
You know.
Mhm.
Now we near
Mhm.
the end of this awesome interview. What has been your biggest challenge on your journey?
Time has always been a big
Yeah.
thing for me. I have always done like two or three things at one time. Like I said, I was a single parent, so like for 18 years, I was out here by myself with a child, working two jobs, or doing my business and working a side job, or it's just having that time, and I
Mm-hmm.
do. I'm not gonna say I'm hating on the people now, but like all this work from home stuff, I wish that I had to work from home back then, because it would have been so much easier for me. You know what I mean? Like you can work from home. You don't have to put your child in daycare really. You know what I mean? Like it when they're infants like that, that was a big thing, and it was a big money pool. It
Mm-hmm.
costs a lot of money for you to put your infant or your baby in daycare. And so
Oh, I
like
hate with you for a minute. No problem. when I went through at Wayne State, if you have
Mhm.
math in a year or two, you had to start back over.
Oh my
I
goodness.
started over the second time to get through it, to get to my business classes, and they said, we don't need that requirement no more.
Oh man, that's bold.
I'm like, what the hell they say?
All right.
Well, the teacher started, I was in the accounting lab, and my tutor, who became an awesome accounting teacher, shout out to Stacia Lynn, was dying laughing like, Jeff, like, wait a minute, you be telling me I had to redo 093, 1050, 1500 just to get to this stinking stats accounting, and these so and so they got to do no, got this and finance, like this some bull.
That's probably because you probably never needed it. You know what I mean? They that maybe
I don't
somebody
know how you can just jump into accounting, finance, and stats without any math, unless you are a genius.
well, me too, but for instance,
Mm.
I don't know if it's 093, but you should have some type of good basis of math before you get to college. But I
Now
guess you
that's
should
if
take
you
one
got
to
good
see.
math departments in your
That's true.
schools,
That's true. And we Detroit public schools. Well, I am.
and
So,
I mean they were doing a little stuff back in the '90s. I came on '96. I don't know about from there to now. Where is it?
yeah, that's true. Some made them take those classes off though.
Yeah,
Eh,
I've heard a
yeah.
few years ago if it don't apply to the field you're going in, you don't need to do it in high school. Like math was required all 4
Yeah,
years.
math was required. Like you need math for your life.
You're gonna be a cook, you still got to calculate it's $20 for this meal. Like, what you mean no math? Like,
You might not need calculus, but you definitely need at least the geometry.
yeah, finance, you got that present value calculator. Like, I gotta spend
Yeah.
$30 on what? For this one class? The book's already 150.
But that's like I said, really they need to I wish they would revamp it and put more common math type things in there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
budgeting. Okay. How am I gonna, have a household like back in when we used to have home economic. Like they took that out of
Oh
there
yeah, I
too.
took that middle school.
Like lifestyle type things. Like people don't know how to do anything related to like life insurance,
Now,
you
do
know,
they still got Decker stores? 'Cause I know Cooley had one.
decas. I don't
You
know.
can run it, and then y'all do the business in the classroom on how business, the paperwork and all
I
that.
doubt it. I doubt it because Detroit Public School, it's only a certain amount of high schools that's actually Detroit Public Schools. So,
No, learn something new.
yeah, I don't know. I hope so.
That I mean, it'd be great if they do still have it because I wanted to do it, but of course, God is funny. My senior year, I got 1 to 7. Like, dude, I'm a senior. I ain't gonna have no 1 to 7. So I had to give up that to move my honors English.
Oh,
I really wanted to do it. I'm like, okay, you get to learn how to run a business. Like, I want to be in the store selling paper or whatever. But I'm like, I ain't trying to be at the 230 either. I'm a senior, man. That's just criminal.
yeah, the senior was some like I had co-op, so I used to have like a 1 to 4,
See,
and then I would just go to
like
work.
all the females had a 1 to 5, 1 to 4, but all the fellas giving us 1 to 7, 8. Like, man, hold on, we're seniors. They're supposed to be first with this deal. What you doing to us? We got to call our mama. We got jobs too. You know?
hmm
So if they do get DACA, maybe they should bring it back. That'd be awesome to teach them
Yeah, I hope
how
they
to run a
do.
business and all that.
I hope they do.
Now, in your words, what has been your impact on your journey from people you
What
encountered or whatever?
what has been my impact?
Mm-hmm.
I think that I do inspire people, or sometimes I don't realize it, but I have been told later on, that I inspire people to
Awesome.
do better. As far as like you were saying, you're not a nerd. I'm not a nerd per se, because Detroit, you don't want to be a nerd, but really,
No, no, no,
you
no,
know,
no. Nerds
I
are awesome. They run the world.
yeah, people, come to me and ask me questions. Like my one best friend, she's like, "Oh, Camille, she's like encyclopedia." I'm really not. I just read. You know what I mean? So I try to seek out and research. You know what I mean? So people come to me because they think that I can give them the answer. You know what I mean? And so that's what that's how I think I impact people.
Awesome. I mean, here at the middle ground, we let it be known nerds are awesome.
Oh,
They
well,
might be your boss, and they cool, cool.
yeah, nerds are cool. It's
You'll single lady out here. Get that dude a chance. It might change your life.
for sure.
You know. I'm saying,
Hmm.
gotta rep my peoples. You out here doing it, and I need that
Doing it,
Yoda
girl.
game. What advice do you have for someone trying to find their purpose?
I think first of all, you need to sit still and pray. Reach out to your higher power, the God, and ask first. God, what is my purpose? And then just try to hear. Hear the answer. And if you're having trouble hearing the answer, you're gonna seek out different things that you enjoy doing. Because I had told my daughter that, and that's what I wanted my daughter to be when she was like in high school. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to do something that you enjoy doing, and I want you to like wrap a career around it. Because um, doing stuff, and I have done a lot of stuff that I really didn't like. You know what I mean? But I did it because I needed to survive. So like,
Mm-hmm.
seek God and ask him what's your purpose. Because like you said, your purpose you might have thought that you was supposed to work at the plant, but really you supposed to do podcasts. You know what I mean? Your voice is important. Or you um might have thought you needed to work somewhere at Ford's, but you do better as a mother. You know what I mean? You do better at reaching out and nurturing people. So really sit down and see what your skills are and see what you like. And then, first of all, reach out to God and ask him what your purpose is.
That's some amazing advice
Yeah,
for real. Because I'll tell you, boy, season 10 in 2 years.
that's amazing.
You told I be doing this.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I ain't like talking to people like that. I gotta talk to strangers. What? Oh man, stranger name. They were like, "What you want?"
You doing well then. You do it. You have an excellent
I thank you.
manner with people. You're welcome.
Well, I try to live by the tagline where we treat you like family. You're very comfortable. Share your story. Because I need that Yoda game at the end. You need to be
Yeah,
good, cheer, retrospective mindset. Get an awesome advice.
yeah.
Now I noticed you got an EA.
Mhm.
What does that mean?
Oh, that means enrolled agent. So, an enrolled agent is a designation that the Internal Revenue Service gives to uh, accountants, tax practitioners, anyone who takes the test. So, it's similar to a CPA, but
Okay.
it's more tax centered. So, it's a three-part test, similar to
I heard
what a
that bass in
CPA
your
test.
voice. It sound like you like
uh,
that that much.
it's, it's silly. Yeah, it's a three-part test that you take, similar to a CPA, whereas a
Mhm.
CPA, they take more things about more well-rounded things like laws, attestations, audits, and tax. EAs just take their certifications on tax. So it's more centered around tax and tax rules, and so we're authorized to represent taxpayers in tax court, limited. Uh, and so, it's a certification that the IRS will give you, and it allows us to, um, be a subject matter expert, in
Okay.
tax stuff. So, yep, that's what it is.
When I put everything up, I got that behind your name, so I won't all the HSCTU behind people names.
I forgot to put my MBA back there
Oh, NBA. See, okay, NBA too. Okay.
because I paid for that. I need that MBA on there. I should have had that on it.
Any more? Any more letters behind the names? I want to make sure when I put it out there, it's righteous.
I don't think so. It's just MBA EA.
Okay. Put that one first.
Okay.
NBA. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh no. Hey, first class. You got to do it right.
They can't take it from you. I went a lot of years in school for that MBA.
Like, I was at an event I had filmed a while ago, and I talked to Congressman Donovan Sharp about, I got to reach out to him about interviewing him. And he mentioned, like, we need more black journalists. And call me stupid. I didn't consider this journalism. I told my brother, like, you finally said it out loud. Like, I didn't look at it as journalism, this podcast.
But it is.
So I added that to my, it won't fit up there, but I put that with my name now.
You a journalist. Yes.
My brother laughed hard, like, all this time, like, this dude doing everything journalism, but he don't say, all this tag don't have, like, yeah. I didn't think that.
You're sharing news. You're sharing ideas. I never thought about what journalists really mean, but I guess you're journaling, it's a form of journaling when you're like
yeah, I was on school
like
paper
speaking it.
for a semester
Yeah.
at Cooley, freshman.
Yeah.
So I guess they coached me up to pull from that
To
knowledge.
do this. Right.
Talk to people, make them comfortable. How the hell I do that? I'm telling you, I'll be comfortable. But I'm doing something right because I got this far with it.
Yeah, 10 years. Well, 10
seasons.
10 seasons. Yeah, that's excellent. That's not a slacker at all.
That's a lot of work.
You're a journalist. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're part of the Middle Ground family. You want to collaborate with stuff, partner? I'm down for it. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So I want to thank mompreneur, dadpreneur, sponsor, author, singer, songwriter, and tax diva CEO, Camea Franklin, MBA, EA.
Thank you.
There's a story to help others find a purpose.
Yes, and thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Oh, got one more former guest, awesome lady, Amy. Good evening. I was not able to jump on until halfway, but I'm glad that I did. I'll go back, check out the beginning. Thanks so much for sharing your story.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amy.
And anybody that ever been a guest, I'll be forgetting to do this. If you can be so kind to go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Middle Ground with Jay. Anybody else?
Yes, I will. I have. I went while I was looking down. Yep,
I gotta start doing that stuff
subscribed.
now. I won't be saying that. I appreciate you.
Yes.
So I hope you have an amazing holiday weekend.
You as well.
I'm gonna edit all this stuff and I'll send you a copy of the show.
Cool.
And I don't know if I'll find you when I type your name before. So if you connect to me on LinkedIn, I know I have you and I can link you in with it.
Okay, I sure will. As soon as we get off of here, I will message you on LinkedIn. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. You feel free to hang up and I'm
okay. All right, have a good one.
You
Take
too.
Care. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
To everybody watching, this is another great episode. Season 10, we're near the end. 2 more episodes. Season finale. Like I said earlier, Middle Ground with JLE.com is the website. Still under construction, twinkling, but you can go look and see this amazing, handsome face. Shout out to my amazing teammate, Gina. She's incredible. And my board, Dr. Neely, keynote speaker, Cynthia. Till next time, everybody. Weekend. Be safe.